All right, we are live.
Say hello.
Episode 10, a very special
Hello.
episode of Three Blind Vikes tonight. It is Bring Your Kids to the Podcast Day.
They're all here.
I'm one of your hosts, JB.
I'm Cora,
I'm Dan.
and these are ours. What's your name?
Troy.
What's your name?
Lucas.
Say your name loud.
Lila.
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 And in the top right corner we have,
I'm Maria.
and in the bottom right corner we have.
Abby.
All right, those are my kiddos. And you see there's a big age difference.
Yes.
But we're gonna have the Vikings did not play this week, so we had no game to talk about, and we said it's time to bring the kids on and let's learn about some of our kids and what they like in football and other things.
Mhm.
So let's go around the horn. We'll start with Maria. Maria, who's your favorite football team and why do you watch football?
Okay, my favorite football team is the Philadelphia Eagles.
Boo.
But I do have a good reason because I went to Temple University in Philadelphia and I met my fiance the night that the Eagles won the Super Bowl. I met him on Broad Street going to City Hall when everybody was kind of like rushing the street. So that is why I'm an Eagles fan. I feel like that's a pretty good reason.
That's valid.
Yeah, that's definitely a good reason. And it's not because they won the Super Bowl, it's because we met that day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is my favorite team. And why do I watch football? I think I watch football because it's a lot of fun, honestly. I just think that the sport is one of the most fun to watch because people get so invested in their teams.
That's fair.
Absolutely, I do.
Mm-hmm.
Abby, same question.
Okay, so honestly, I'm not a big sports person. She says on a sports podcast. But my boyfriend is unfortunately a Jets fan.
That's
Unfortunately, I just can.
I watch football for moral support. Because he needs it usually.
Good answer.
God bless
Good
the Jets. Yeah, so we've been through a lot. But I actually do really, I do enjoy watching it. Not like a ton when I'm alone, but when I'm with other people, I do really enjoy it and I can get into it. I think it was mentioned at some point, but I did go to a Jets game a couple weeks ago when it was pouring rain. So I really feel like I'm getting into it now. But
you were indoctrinated in the hardest way possible.
It was a good time. I feel like if you ask me to commit to something, I'll commit to it. So I definitely committed, and I still had a good time.
And for those who don't know, the logo for our show was designed by Abby.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. It is
Yeah.
wonderful.
we love it.
Of course.
So how does a Jets fan or your boyfriend feel about the firing of the head coach?
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, I think it was kind of surprising that it felt like it happened out of nowhere. Like, obviously the team was not doing great. But yeah, I don't think he's feeling any particular way right now. He's not really like angry about it, because clearly like whatever was happening wasn't working. But so there's that. But it also does kind of mess up like any kind of stability I think that the team had previously. Moving people around like that. We were watching the game the other night, and it was just weird to see like a different coach on the screen, and you could clearly tell that people were trying to pick up pieces. So, yeah.
And Maria, your coach is kind of on the hot seat too. You think he's
like
going to get
yelling at
fired?
fans.
Yeah, I mean, I will also say though, Philly fans are harsh any way you slice it. So I think
I almost thought that like him yelling at Philly fans was like not a bad thing, and then it would like definitely rile them up more.
yes,
And they'd like him for that.
yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah,
Philly
That's very Philly of them. Yeah.
watch a fire burn. If there's a fire, people will be like, let's make s'mores. Let's do it. So I think that it's not really surprising. I feel like it happens all the time in football with coaches, though. Like, there just is a lot of turnover.
Yep. It's true. If you're not,
Yeah.
if they don't give you a lot of leeway, you've got to be good.
No,
fast
yeah,
or-
if you're not getting the job done,
no.
then they want somebody else in there who's going to.
So Lucas, Troy, and Lila, I wonder who your favorite team is.
What's your favorite team?
Vikings.
Why do you guys like the Vikings? Do you have a reason?
No.
Because mom and dad like the
I'm a
Vikings.
Vikings fan.
Yeah.
So for you guys, the running thing in our family was I grew up a Vikings fan and a Twins fan. Dan grew up a Cowboys fan and a Yankees fan. Yeah.
Mm.
The big contention in our marriage was that we would cheer for the Twins.
No, the big contention.
I would cheer for the Twins while Dan was cheering for the Yankees.
No,
And then I would cheer for the Vikings and he would cheer for the Cowboys. And we were like, we have to come to some sort of deal because this is no fun, especially when like the kids were like, I'm going to be a Cowboys fan today. I'm going to be a Vikings fan today.
yeah, they would flip flop.
Yeah.
It was
No, you
terrible.
can't do that. You have to commit.
Yeah.
Commit. Right. You have to
So
teach them
we decided
commitment.
that
Yeah.
I would get the football team and he got the baseball team.
Yep. 'Cause I
Okay,
care more about baseball. She cares more about football.
that makes sense.
Yep.
That's a good compromise.
Sports teams was not the big contention and is not the big contention in our marriage. Crunchy food is.
Oh my gosh, stop.
Crunchy food. All right, I got to hear about this.
Okay.
Let's do this quickly.
I have
Food comes into the
misophonia.
podcast every single time.
I have misophonia. So I like become almost
Breath, but
aggressively mad when I can hear someone chewing.
Okay.
And crunchy food really exacerbates that.
Yep.
Okay.
What's my
Yeah.
favorite food? Crunchy food.
And her favorite food is crunchy food.
And like the crunchier, the better.
So there are times where we have disagreements.
And then I will get the crunchy food out and eat it just close to him because,
Wow.
and then I won't, because like sometimes I'll like chew it slowly, waiting for him to like turn on a show or music.
Uh-huh.
But if I'm mad at him, I just chew it and I don't
Yep.
pause. Then I just wait.
I don't pause.
Wow.
And I know exactly what she's doing.
Mhm.
And why?
Yeah.
Trying to.
Was the popcorn too crunchy that got sent to you?
No, it was
No,
so good.
It was very good.
Oh my gosh. The
Very
peanut
good.
butter one was, I couldn't stop eating it.
The peanut butter bacon one?
Yeah. The caramel one was really good, but it got really sweet and then you could stop eating it after it got sweet. But then like once you stopped, a few hours later, you're like, oh, that actually sounds really good. So then you eat more and then it'd be too sweet. And then it just is like a never ending cycle.
Mhm.
What did you guys think of the popcorn? Did you guys like it?
Nope.
Yes. Natalie gives it a thumbs up.
Nope.
Troy, yes, he
Nope.
did.
Nope. Nope.
Troy liked it. He
Yeah.
just
Nope.
gave
As Troy was like grabbing handfuls out
yeah,
of
and
it.
shoving it in his mouth.
Yeah.
Nope.
I didn't like this at all.
That wasn't me.
Well, I know our guests have questions for
That
us.
was you. That was
And
you.
if you're watching, send us some questions in the comments and we'll gladly answer them. But let's get the questions started from our panel of guests. Should we start with Abby or Maria? Who wants to go first? All right, we'll go oldest first. Maria, you get to go first.
Okay. So my question is seasonal. I'm wondering what everyone feels is the best Halloween candy. Not your favorite Halloween candy, because best and favorite are not the same.
True.
Yes. So what is the best Halloween candy? Because my answer for best and favorite are different. So
Okay.
think on it.
My,
All right, I have my answer ready.
best and favorite candy are different.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, my answer's ready.
Go for it.
Mine
It's
is
got to be a Reese's pumpkin.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
As the best.
As the best. Reese's Pumpkin is the best.
Got it.
However,
Nice.
I have to take into consideration there are people with peanut allergies that cannot have them.
It's true.
That's very thoughtful.
Yes, that is considerate.
So
That
if
is
we want to go
considerate.
best where everybody can probably partake,
No.
Mhm.
listen, like Cora does this. Like, no, I'm sorry, you can't make it best for everybody.
Okay.
I would go with a Hershey bar then.
That's
Okay.
that's not inclusive for everyone.
Yeah.
Violet, Dairy can't have it.
Oh, dairy can't have it. All right.
Okay.
Pick Reese's Pumpkin and we'll move on.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, what was yours, Lucas?
Twin snakes.
Oh, the Haribo twin snakes.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Kids always have the best answers. I like
Yep.
that your answer is very unique. I wouldn't have even thought of that. That's a good
I wasn't
answer.
gonna think of it
Really
either.
good.
That was a good
No.
one, bud.
That's
What's
a
your
good
favorite
answer.
one?
I like that.
Gummy.
Okay.
You know.
What's the best Halloween candy, Troy?
What's the best Halloween
Should we come back to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
candy?
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
What's your
Yeah.
favorite?
Yeah.
Twin snakes.
Oh, twin snakes are his favorite.
Whoa. Okay.
So the
I'm gonna
snakes
have
are
to get some
rocking.
of those.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the best Halloween candy are Starbursts.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
love
Okay.
Starburst.
Yeah.
Those are good.
Any particular kind of Starburst?
I
Is it
mean,
Starburst or-
yes, but I think just the any packet of those little twos are
Yeah.
fine. But the pinks,
Yeah.
Pink's
that's
the
the
best.
The
clear
pinks are the best.
They're
The
best.
pinks are the
Yeah.
best.
the pink is the
Yeah.
clear winner.
I agree.
Mine has got to be the caramel apple suckers.
Oh,
Oh, those are so good.
Ooh, Those are
those are
good.
classic.
Yeah. Mhm.
I bought a bag of those in high school and I just kept them in my locker.
Nice.
Nice. That was a good.
Just,
move.
Those are
just,
some great
just
answers
for a
to
rainy
use.
day. Yeah.
Yeah, just for an everyday.
Yeah.
Abby, what do you got?
I think the best candy is probably those Twizzlers. I say they're these Twizzlers and they come in a 2-pack.
Yes, I know.
And I have no idea where else you can get those other than like a random variety pack of Halloween candy.
and they're like they're like different colors.
Not those ones.
Oh, not
those
those.
ones are good though. No, these ones are just they're kind of like regular Twizzlers, but they're almost
Mhm.
like elevated, like the flavor's better and they're a little thicker.
Oh.
And there's 2 of them in a pack. I would say those just because I
real
literally have
specific.
only come across those
Yeah.
on Halloween. So it's a very special
Okay.
occasion.
Those
Okay.
those are good. Lila, what was
Lila?
yours?
Yeah, say it loud.
No, it's
Nerd.
Nerds.
I love nerds. Really good.
Our
Man.
favorite candy is probably those gummy clusters. Nerd.
Oh,
Clusters.
yeah,
Yeah, I saw Abby's eyes light up.
they're so good.
Those are
I know
all
Abby
the
likes those
rage
too.
at the school I work at. All of the
Mhm.
teachers, not even the kids, all the teachers are obsessed with the nerd clusters.
Mhm.
The freeze dried nerd clusters are not as good. I would not say they're worth your
Oh.
time. But the
Okay.
freeze dried Skittles, like Lucas was saying, so good.
Ooh, okay.
Cool.
Very nice.
I have seen those. I haven't
Alright.
tried them yet.
Abby, it's your question turn. Your turn to
Okay.
question.
Okay, my question's actually also seasonal.
Oh.
I was gonna ask, do you have a Halloween costume this year? And what is it?
Do you have a Halloween costume yet?
Do you know what you want to be Halloween?
I don't have a costume this year.
Elsa.
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 Good one.
Oh, forget it. Maria's lost now.
I love it. That's great.
That's a good one.
That's a
Maria
great
loves
one.
Elsa.
Elsa from Frozen 1 or Frozen 2?
Two.
Either.
Both are good.
Is her dress blue or is it white?
Blue.
Blue.
Oh, okay. So Frozen 1. Nice. That's great.
She's also wearing an Anna PJ right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it's
That's pretty
purple.
cool.
So,
You want to show
That's
me a
cool.
PJ dress?
oh.
Yep.
How
I
about the
think
boys?
while we're waiting, our family, so we always Halloween's like my favorite
There we go.
holiday because
Mhm.
I always come up with some really hilarious Halloween costumes.
So cute.
Adorable. I love it.
That's adorable.
That's awesome. Yep.
There it is.
It's on
So
there.
cute.
Nice. That looks great.
This is gonna be my question, but we were what was it? A bar of soap and
We were-
Bubbles and a loofah one
We were
year.
bath time.
We were
one year.
Nice.
bath time one year. We were s'mores.
s'mores.
We were thing one, thing two, and thing three. But thing three was in my belly, and so was our pregnancy announcement. And then one year the kids were velociraptors,
Yeah.
and we were
And we
the
were the tamers.
The tamers.
That is
amazing.
something I would love.
We were the emotions.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
And then I think we're gonna do the emotions again this year, but with
The new ones.
the new emotions.
Oh, I like
Yeah, the new
Nice.
ones.
Those are great. Those are great costumes.
Wow.
I
That's very
love
impressive.
Halloween.
Yep.
Those are great.
Oh,
costumes.
did you guys ever read ACOTAR?
No.
No.
A Court of Thorns and Roses? Okay.
Mm.
Dan and I were a Halloween, that was our Halloween costume
Yep.
last year.
Okay.
So
Maybe
Yeah.
I'll go as Coach O'Connell this year.
What was that?
Maybe I'll be Coach O'Connell. I'll just put like a
do it.
white hat and
There you go.
headset on.
Yeah.
Be easy.
Easy enough.
Maria,
Okay.
what's your costume? I kind of know, but you can tell us all.
I am going to be a minion from Despicable Me.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
And your fiance is going to be.
He will be Gru because he is very tall. He's 6'2" and I'm 5'2", so it works
Perfect.
pretty well for me to be. Basically, it was all just like a con for me to become a minion. Like I was just trying to find a reason for me to be a minion because I love them, and
Okay.
this was the opportunity. So yeah, a minion and
Nice.
Gru. Mhm.
I am married to a person a foot taller than me. So
Yeah.
I
Uh-huh.
feel it.
Yeah,
It's
it's
6'4"
very
and I'm
hard.
5'4".
And Abby, what is your
Yeah.
costume this year?
So I think I am going to do a repeat of last year. I made t-shirts last year for Connor and I, my boyfriend and I. And they are Mike and Sully shirts. I will be Sully and he is Mike.
That's awesome.
It would make more sense for him to be Sully, but he specifically requested to be Mike. He said, "Well, I have to be Mike Wazowski."
And that's it. Yeah,
So we will be Mike and Sully.
Mike and
That's
Sully.
Nice.
awesome.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Cora and Dan, what is your question for the panel?
My question, do you have one? Or is this our question?
Hours. I thought.
Okay, our question.
Yeah.
This is also seasonal.
Ooh. Okay.
I switched it up, I'm sorry.
You did?
Since we were all doing seasonal questions and we're doing Halloween questions. What's been your favorite Halloween costume?
Hmm.
Do you have a different one than me?
Struck by lightning.
Okay. You have a different one or it's the same?
Same.
Okay. We have the same one.
Okay.
I went as Chichi Rodriguez one year
I don't know
because
if
I had no idea what to do, and I had my putter and I had this Panama hat and golf shirt and khakis. So I just said, "All right, I'm going to roll with it. I'm going to be Chichi Rodriguez."
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Mm.
Classic. The first year Dan and I were dating, no.
No, it was like
The
the
second
third.
year Dan and
That
I
was
were
the
dating.
third.
I came up with this brilliant idea of being struck by lightning. So I got a shirt and I singed it, and then I got a umbrella and then I cut it so it looked like I was struck, and then I like put little brown on my face and like ratted my hair, and Dan was a lightning bolt.
Whoa. That's so creative.
That's real creative.
That is so creative.
That was my favorite costume. And then Dan, the night before, we had gone out and drank too much, and Dan was not in the mood for a clever costume.
Mhm.
So I went out
get
by
it.
myself.
No, well, I went out with you.
You took pictures and then went back to your room.
That's fair. I thought no. I
There you
went out
go.
a little bit. And then,
No,
no,
because
no.
we were supposed to do
Because
the
we-
costume contest. And we did it the night before.
Oh,
and you went with all the
that's
baseball
right.
boys.
I did.
The
I went with
baseball
baseball
boys-
team.
The baseball boys wore like underarm or tight shirts underneath, and they were all superheroes.
Yep.
And then they wore a white button-up shirt over top. So then when they pulled the white button-up shirt, it was like a tight-fitting superhero shirt. So like,
Nice.
you know, like 7 guys went together and all
Yep.
like did their hair fancy and
Yep.
so
That's
And
great.
we tore
we
open
had
our
too
shirts.
much
Yeah.
fun.
Too much fun.
How about Abby and Maria? What is your favorite costume ever? You guys have some pretty creative ideas too.
My favorite costume was definitely Taco Bell. So Trogger was an actual taco. He got a taco costume from Target, and I was Princess Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
That's
And
awesome.
Yeah, that was my favorite. We've done it multiple times.
That's
Usually is the
amazing.
costume. Yeah. Because Belle's my favorite princess, and that is very funny. So Taco Bell was my favorite.
It's
That's
punny.
good.
Yep. Yep.
What was your
I
favorite?
think
Think of it. Think of one.
What do you got, Ab?
I think, well, I don't know if it was my absolute favorite, but definitely one of my favorites was from when I was really little. I was probably 4. And I was Tinkerbell. And it was my favorite costume because I loved wearing the wings. I just thought it was the most fun thing ever.
Mhm.
And I remember wearing them to kindergarten that day and feeling like the coolest girl in the school.
Yeah.
And I also, the shoes that I wore that day were shoes that I wore in my aunt's wedding that my mom spray painted for me and then put little puffs on them. So it was really fun. And I just remember that being like really special because I was like, my fancy shoes turned into my Tinkerbell shoes.
Nice.
Nice.
That's awesome.
See, everybody has really creative ideas. I don't.
Fond memories
John,
wearing
If
that.
I wasn't married to
costume.
her, I wouldn't have any either.
I used to have ideas for other people though, like you put the word "that" in different fonts all over your outfit and carry a bag of Lay's under your arm, and then you're all that in a bag of chips.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I love that.
Mhm. Yep.
Yes.
Do you remember?
I used to
when-
do that all the time. Like I have an idea, but I'm not going to do it. But you can.
That's amazing.
Oh, I would totally do that. That's awesome.
Do you
Or
guys
carry a box of Cheerios with like blood all over it, and a box
Oh.
of Rice Krispies in
Oh,
the other arm with
right.
blood
Yeah,
all
you
over it,
always talked about
and
that
you are
one.
a serial killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Lucas, what was your favorite costume?
That's Adrian.
Darth Vader.
Nice.
Oh, that's scary.
That's a good costume. Yeah,
Troy, what's your favorite costume?
Do you have one?
Yeah, but I can't remember it.
You can't remember.
I don't.
Mm,
Or what was it last year when you were Boba Fett? Okay, so last year, completely not
Mandalorian.
the Mandalorian. Not,
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
last year, completely unplanned. Lucas was Darth Vader. Troy was Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
And who was Luke?
Luke was Stormtrooper.
Oh, and Luke. We went trick or treating with friends, and their
Uh-huh.
son was the stormtrooper. Completely
Oh.
planned.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's crazy.
Works out.
Perfect.
Well,
So it's pretty
my
great.
question isn't themed for
That's
the
okay.
holiday season.
I literally changed it on the fly because I like Halloween so much. So
I thought I had a good question, but now I feel like I'm awkward. But I'm going to ask it anyway because it's my
No.
question.
What is your question?
What is your favorite Nickelodeon animated character of all time?
Ooh.
Oh.
That's a hard question. Okay.
let's see. I don't know if I remember.
Mine wasn't Nickelodeon, but it was Cartoon Network.
But that's not good. It's got to be Nickelodeon. Damn it.
Oh no, Nickelodeon.
Oof. Okay.
Cora is immediately looking up Nickelodeon animated
Yes.
shows.
Oh, duh. The kids like that one.
Yeah.
This one. Right
no,
here.
no,
No, not anymore. Oh, okay.
Nope, not at all.
We were gonna say,
Yeah.
mine's Rugrats, but
Which-
I can't think of the name. The guy, the red hair.
Chucky.
Chucky.
Chucky. Yep, he's my favorite all time. He's
Okay.
my favorite.
How about Maria and Abby? Who do you got?
I don't know if the kids have watched Nickelodeon
Bless
show.
you.
Oh man.
Oh, Blaze.
I go.
Hmm.
Ab, what do you got?
I've stumped the panel.
Yeah.
Jimmy Neutron.
Boy genius.
Yep.
I know I
Genius,
know
yeah.
And yours is Jimmy Neutron?
Oh, Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah, mine is.
Okay.
Oh, the dad from Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh.
I knew you were gonna pick that. Goldberg.
The guy from Oddballs.
The guy from Oddballs.
Oddballs.
That's on Netflix.
Oh, that's
No,
on
that's
Netflix.
Okay.
Oh no.
That's a good one.
Maria, so you're going with Timmy Turner's dad?
The dad is so funny. I think
His
the
love of
dad from
eggnog
Fairly
when he
Odd
sings the
Parents
Noggy
is
song?
great. Yeah, it's either him for me or a classic Patrick Star.
I was gonna say
Squidward.
Patrick Star.
Ooh, okay.
You can still say Patrick Star.
I will.
Yeah, Patrick is great
Maria
choice.
chose Timmy Turner's dad. Patrick Star.
We do have a comment.
Squidward, yeah.
Squidward, yeah.
That's a good
Yeah.
one.
Squidward's a good one. I love Squidward, by the way.
Yeah.
Lucas,
Good.
what was yours?
Mikey from Ninja Turtles.
Mikey?
Michelangelo.
Ooh.
Michelangelo.
Oh my
He
god.
was my favorite Ninja Turtle too.
Um,
All right, my favorite character of all time, of all the Nickelodeon animated characters, you would think I'd say Cosmo from Fairly Odd Parents. It is not Cosmo. It's Sheen from Jimmy Neutron.
Oh, from Jimmy Neutron.
Ah, nice.
Isn't
Nice.
Sheen and Carl, right? Carl is
Liked
the other
llama.
friend.
Sheen was
Yeah.
big into Ultra Lord.
Yep.
And Sheen likes Cheese Whiz.
Yeah.
Yep.
I find that to be a
Wow, it's
highly
all coming
underrated
back.
show in general.
Very important things I remember from
So-
I think I need to go back and watch Jimmy Neutron.
I very much had a type of cartoon that I liked as a kid because I was Jimmy Neutron and Dexter's Laboratory.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
That's
could have
really
gone Disney, but I said no, let's go Nickelodeon. Let's do something different.
That's a good one.
Good
That's a
try.
stumper.
Yeah.
We've got all our questions asked.
Nice.
And we thank Connor Duffy for Squidward.
Yeah,
That was
that's-
great.
Did you have a what's your question?
What's your question?
Yeah.
What's your favorite show?
What's your favorite show?
Ooh.
Oh, I have so many
Ooh.
shows I really like.
Such
What's
a
your
good
favorite show, Lila?
question.
Bluey
Bluey.
Bluey.
episodes.
Everybody loves Bluey. I gotta watch it.
Oh, you
Oh
haven't
my
seen it yet?
gosh.
No, and I've heard, and I teach second grade, so I feel like I'm really missing out.
What grade are you in?
Second.
That's the best grade. That's awesome.
It is a phenomenal show that you
Yep.
don't need, like, you don't even need to watch with kids. I mean, we're not going to watch it by ourselves because we watch it all the time with the kids, but it'll make you cry. It'll make you laugh.
It's very wholesome.
It's very wholesome, and it is such a beautiful show, and we love it so much.
Shit.
That's
Okay,
awesome.
I'll
You
have
gotta
to
watch
watch
it.
it.
What's
Yeah.
your favorite show, Lucas?
Bluey.
Louie, what's your
Troy?
favorite?
Okay.
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian, of course.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Tangent. There was one weekend, popped up randomly. We watched Godzilla vs. Kong, which prompted us to then watch every
Oh.
single Godzilla movie
Every single
ever
one.
made
Wow.
Like from the,
from the 80s.
animations awful
Mhm.
to like it looks like
Yeah.
it's real life.
Yeah.
Okay. We gotta keep-
All right, Abby and Maria, what's my favorite show? They know what it is.
It's gotta
You
be
know
The
what my favorite show
Office.
is.
I want to say The Office.
You can say The Office. You'll be right.
It's The Office. Yeah.
Yeah. The Office, I think, is also probably my favorite show of all time.
So good. Yeah.
It's
There's
just
Something about that show that's just incredible.
It's just great.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
still
also
watch it.
love
I was
Parks
watching it
and
last night in
Recreation.
Lansing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah, I think I was gonna say Parks and Rec.
Ooh,
It's kind of hard for me to choose because I
That's a
feel
good
like
one.
I probably have a different favorite show than like a comfort show, but off the top of my head, I'd probably say Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
That always makes me laugh.
that's a good one. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know what's his name? Ron? Is it Ron? No, not Ron Burgundy.
Ron Swanson.
Ron
Swanson.
Swanson. I could not get that out of my head. He is in a show with Amy Poehler, and it's like a craft show.
Yes.
Oh, it's so
yeah.
good.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. They are a
They're
delight.
just so funny. Yeah.
They're great.
I liked them in We're the Millers, so that was
There
a
you
great
go.
movie.
That was a really funny movie.
They're in
Were they in that?
He was well. Amy Poehler
He-
wasn't though,
Oh,
but
yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Ron Swanson was.
Oh,
Mhm.
yes, he was. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Kaufman was in it. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, he was in it.
I've had a lot of fun on kids' night, and I know my kids have other things they've got to get done. So, and I don't want to bore them with our football segments. If they don't want to stay, they are welcome to stay. If not, you are welcome to head on out and live your lives and know that I appreciate you taking time out of your nights to be here.
We very much appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this was
Yeah.
great. Also,
Yeah.
live my life. Live my life just means go to bed because it's 9:40 where I'm at. So
Yeah, it's 9:40 where we're at, and we get up early. So
It's fair.
Yep.
that is
anything
Five
more
o'clock.
that's
exciting,
our life.
promise you that. Yeah.
5 o'clock wake uppers.
Well, ladies, thanks for showing up, and
Yes.
we had a lot of fun.
Thank
You
you
can
so
come on
much
anytime.
for some great questions.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Good night, girls. Love you.
Good night. Love you too. Bye.
So, are the Nuggets going to stick around for the football segment?
Yeah.
This one is not.
Oh, that one's
This
not.
one's gonna go to bed.
Okay.
I do have a question.
Oh, what's Troy's question?
What's your favorite movie?
Dodgeball.
Dodgeball.
Ooh,
You haven't
he
seen
has
that
not seen
movie.
Dodgeball.
Surprise, surprise.
Here, you want to know my favorite movie that you've probably seen though? The Incredibles.
That's a good one. Lila's is Frozen, if that's a surprise.
Maria's is Frozen too.
Oh,
Maria has done the sing along at Disney World and been the loudest singer when she was pretty much an adult.
oh.
Lila did a karaoke song at my uncle's wedding, and she sang Let It Go. So she's a big fan as well.
Yeah, when we did the Disney sing along, they wait till the end for Elsa to come out. And when Elsa came out, I only heard one voice yelling loud and in a deep voice that I'd never heard from her before. And it was Maria. And it was exciting and cool and scary all at the same time. When she yelled, Elsa! And it was like, what was that? That was a good question, though. You guys have great questions.
Who's this?
Just leave it alone.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna take her. You
All
know,
right. Well, Corey, do you want to do your
Yeah.
your get defensive segment?
Yeah.
My
While we say goodbye to Lila.
movie?
Oh, what's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie?
Troy.
Troy's favorite movie.
I still gotta think of mine.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well, Mom will say, I'm just gonna be quick.
I know it.
Oh,
I
go
know
for it. Go
mine.
for it.
Earth to Echo.
Earth to Echo.
Wow, I've never heard of that movie.
Is it
Is it on Prime or is it on
Prime Video.
Prime Video?
Oh, I get Prime Video. I should watch this.
Oh, sit right
Once
here.
I'm done binging Soap, which I've been watching now religiously.
No more. He was gonna build another airplane.
Not an airplane.
Your airplanes are really cool, by the way.
Yeah.
I've seen them. They're awesome.
Super awesome. Hey Troy, what's your favorite side of the ball? Offense or defense? Which do you like best, offense or defense?
Defense.
And what positions do you like?
Hold on, no, offense.
You like offense?
More than defense.
Oh man.
Oh, Mom's hurt now.
What positions do you like?
Wide receiver and safety.
Wide receiver and safety.
Safeties.
What side of the ball do you like? Offense or defense?
Offense.
Offense, and what position do you like the best?
That did not fly very well.
I guess
Linebacker and quarterback.
linebacker and quarterback.
I've always been a fan of the linebacker too, but my favorite Viking right now is the safety. Do you know who that is?
No,
Do you know any Viking safeties?
no, I don't know any.
That's fair. That's fair. Do you know any Viking safeties?
No.
I don't know if they would know if they were safety or not. Harrison Smith.
Harrison Smith.
He's the best. The Hitman's the best. I love that.
Let's go. Do you remember when I'm talking about Hitman?
No.
No? Okay, well.
Who's him?
I'm losing my cred here. I'm losing my Vikings cred with these kids. I've never heard of any of this.
Well, teach them about some defense. What do you got?
Let's go. So my chat today, I saw a stat about so many times everyone is having because the Lions the Lions beat the Cowboys. Everyone is now putting the Lions above the Vikings. And everyone is saying that the Lions are going to win and that they're a juggernaut and the Vikings they're not there. I was listening to the NFL, Locked On NFL, and they were talking about the Lions are the team to beat. And then their direct quote was, who else can challenge them in the NFC? And I was like, the only undefeated team. There's an undefeated team in the NFC and we can't challenge them? Excuse me? So I would just like to point out that according to the NFL, the ranking of the season toughness of our schedule so far, we have had the 5th toughest schedule of any team. And the Lions have had the 29th toughest schedule of any team. So, How on earth are we not legit and not a juggernaut?
This is what we like, though.
I will say, I do appreciate the underdog chat because I was feeling a little leery when they kept when they had us at number 1 right after, right after London. But it's starting to get disrespectful.
I love it. I listened to NFL radio today. They talked about every team in our division except for us.
Yeah.
Cool. Don't talk about us. I don't want anybody talking about us.
I think everyone's going to be in for a rude awakening.
I mean, I think it's very possible that we have a better season than anybody thought.
Yes. Yes.
Given
We have
the
had
way
the
we
5th hardest schedule, and we haven't lost a game.
Yet.
I mean, we haven't lost a game, right?
No.
Right now, yet.
There's 12 games
There's
left
12
to go.
games yet. But
a lot of season left.
As of right now, we've had the 5th hardest. And we didn't lose any of those 5 of the 5 games we played.
Well, and it's not like one side of our game is doing extremely well and the other side's not.
I mean, it's really the defense that's
When we
doing the
put
best.
up 30 points a game,
there.
It's been very complimentary football for us right now.
no.
You can sit.
Very complimentary. The offense and the defense have worked well as units. The team has done very well. Randy Moss? The team has done well. Like you said, we're not relying too much on one side of the ball or the other. Although the last 2 wins, I think we relied on our defense a little bit more. Yeah. Well, no, I can't even say that because the Packers game, the defense almost blew it.
Yep.
That's fair.
So
the defense did try. Stop.
It seems like whoever we need to step up has stepped up to win games.
No.
No more.
I'm not gonna make a paper.
Don't play with the paper
Don't play with
anymore.
paper.
We are really enjoying being crafty.
You've gone through 30 pieces of paper today.
So
By making paper.
The hanger is full.
yes, the hanger is full. All right, Dan, what do you got?
All right.
And Bo.
It's the time. All right. Kind of a rough one. First half did absolutely nothing. 7 pass attempts, 4 for 7, and with 17 yards, I think, in the first half. Came alive in the second half, though. Ended the game. I forget the number.
High five.
Should have wrote it down. I had it in my head. 19 for 33, I think. With 216 yards, 2 passing TDs, 1 interception.
He scored more points in fantasy than Geno Smith.
There you go.
He is officially leading the Broncos in rushing yards.
That's not good.
And rushing TDs.
Touchdowns.
And I don't know. I listened to the game. I out of market, don't get to watch it, but listening to it, the first half just sounded like he had zero protection.
I mean, didn't they drop like 2 touchdown passes?
That was the week before.
Oh, okay, never mind. I know.
But like in the first half, they made it past the 50-yard line one time, and then it was a fumble, and then they fumbled it.
Yeah.
And listening to the broadcast is Nick's in a shotgun, ball snap, good snap, steps in the pocket, and he's sacked. That was real time.
Yeah, it was like
Like
2 seconds.
yeah, it was something like he was getting like an average of 2.1 seconds before he was pressured.
Yeah, so you can't develop if you can't have time to look to go through progressions.
And I will say that the passes that were incomplete were definitely incomplete. The interception, I will say, was tipped up by the receiver running across the deeper part of the field. In my opinion, it was a well-thrown ball that the receiver didn't expect to be high and blatantly just threw an arm up to tip it. And then it tipped into the safety that was behind.
Yeah, and we see that happen quite a bit.
And, I mean, you see it happen with his receivers where they just meh rather than meh.
Yeah. Yeah, they one-hand it, and like you said, they tip it and turns into a turnover.
Yep. And so, that, I mean, it was a high pass. So it's not entirely the receiver's fault. The ball could have been lower. But, 25, 30 yards down the field, getting it within a 1-yard circle, I'd say is pretty dang good.
Yeah. You got to put a better effort on it.
Yep. And he got more effort in the second half. His receivers started to catch the ball, make a few more plays. He had to turn his gears up with his legs. He made some amazingly slippery getaways.
Mm-hmm. I did see that. I get the red zone, so they kind of cut away to all the big plays and stuff. And yeah, he made some great runs.
I mean, great runs and like just avoiding the sack. Like there were 2 or 3 in the second half alone where they had him in their arms and he slips away. Yeah. And one of them turns into a first down, and another one ends up as a completion, and then they score a touchdown. And he finally got some really, really good help out of Sutton. Sutton made an absolutely amazing touchdown catch.
Finally.
One-handed diving grab.
I saw that too.
That was amazing. But that's been the first amazing play by Sutton.
You just hope that they get him some help.
What I'm looking at and reading, and I agree with, is everybody's saying they're not cutting him loose in the first half. So they're playing this run development, screen development, short pass development game in the first half, and then they get behind. And then they have to cut him loose because they have to scramble and make plays happen in the second half because they're behind, and they have to come back from 20-0. And so it's Peyton's got to figure out that he's got a scramble quarterback. He's got a young Drew Brees, not an old Drew Brees that had to sit in the pocket or scramble a little and then throw it 50 yards.
Whoa. Are you comparing Bo Nix to Drew Brees?
I am trying to make it relatable to Sean Payton because Sean Payton says he's a young Drew Brees.
All right, so just to clarify, it's not Dan's word.
Okay.
I'm trying to make it understandable by Sean Payton to Sean Payton.
Gotcha. Sean Payton thinks that Bo Nix is a young Drew Brees.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess it's better than calling him a young Billy Joe Tolliver or something like that. You guys don't even know who Billy Joe Tolliver
No.
was.
Not
Nope,
even
and
a
that's
little
the
bit.
point, though, right?
Wow.
But
I missed that.
I mean,
What is he smoking?
I don't know. It's Payton.
I know he's in Denver, so whatever it is, it's legal.
It's yeah.
Whatever it is, it's legal, and he's already low on oxygen, so
Hits him real good.
hits you hard.
Dang.
But
How did I miss
I don't know.
that?
The second half quarterback that we've seen who comes alive and makes plays happen, scrambles, that's the quarterback I've expected to see. I haven't expected to see this pocket passer, screen passer quarterback. He makes plays happen. You give him a play and you let him go and you let him turn it into something. It's harder to do in the NFL, but in the second half, he's proven that he can make it happen.
See, I think Sean Payton's trying to fit the square peg into the round hole with that kid.
Yeah.
He's trying to turn him into something he isn't, and then for whatever reason in the second half, it's all well, whatever. Just do whatever you do. Like he's got to be that way all the time. Let him do what he does.
Yep. Call the play. Let him make the decisions and let him make the mistakes. But if he's not getting it, he's not going to get any better if he keeps throwing screen passes.
No.
There's no run game right now. So what? Run it because you kind of have to, but at least design some RPOs.
Denver really should look into making a trade to pick up a running back from one of these weaker teams that are going to be looking to move on from some guys.
Honestly, they should try to pick up Etienne from the Jags because he's good.
Yeah, and they've
good
got
on the Jags.
Tank is really their best back.
Yeah.
There are a couple guys out there that they can go after, I think.
They can. It's a matter of, do they have the payroll for it?
Well, get Chuba Hubbard from the Panthers. I'm sure they'll be willing to listen.
Yeah.
They're a wreck. There's got to be somebody.
Speaking of running backs, did you see that Vikings are signing Cam Akers?
Cam's back. Yeah, they went out. They traded to bring him back.
How do we feel that with Aaron Jones? Like, is he... Someone that has connections told me that Aaron Jones is fine and that he'll be ready for the game. But then why would they add another running back unless they just want to get another running back for ability? Can he catch punts?
That's not what they're getting him.
Okay.
They're getting him because Ty Chandler is not developing the way they need him to.
Okay.
And Cam Akers has a proven history of producing, and Kevin O'Connell likes him because he had him in Los Angeles.
And didn't we have him last year?
Yeah, we did, and then he blew out.
his-
Then he blew out his ACL, I think, and he was done for the season.
Okay. ACL.
Yep.
So they're getting him on the cheap. The running back room is thin as it is. Myles Gaskin was our 3.
Yeah,
So-
that's fair. Okay.
You're getting he's a cheap ad, and I think given some opportunity, he can produce. I keep waiting for Ty Chandler to break out, and he has moments, but he doesn't have enough of those moments. Like he looked against the Jets. There's too much uncertainty when he gets the ball.
Yeah.
Right. When Aaron Jones gets the ball, boom, hits the hole, takes off.
Mm-hmm.
Chandler keeps waiting for a hole to really open, right? He's always kind of dances a little bit, runs a little too much side to side.
Yeah.
If
Well,
he can,
he's a step behind the hole.
yeah. He doesn't hit the holes hard enough and fast enough.
Yeah.
We've seen what he can do when he does get a hole.
Yeah.
He can explode, but his problem is he's waiting for too much room. He's waiting for a room where you could drive a truck through. He's got to be able to take a motorcycle through the hole.
Yep.
And he doesn't do that.
What gets me is he's got the talent and the ability to run it through tight holes.
Yep. He just doesn't do it.
He just doesn't do it. He doesn't hit it fast enough.
So that's why we went out and got Cam Akers on the cheap today. At least that's what I think. But what do I know?
Yeah.
I'm just a guy doing a podcast.
Yeah.
He's never done anything in
Yeah,
this.
we're blind.
I've seen
So-
mixed reactions. Nice. I've seen mixed reactions of like, what does this mean with Aaron Jones? Or I've seen they're just adding someone in because we're so weak at that position. So I've seen both of those comments out there. So I just thought, what you guys' thoughts?
No,
I hope it doesn't mean. I mean,
I
Aaron
think-
Jones is at practice. I mean, we didn't.
But I think having Aaron Jones go down early in the game was kind of a wake-up call to say we only have Chandler.
Yeah, we don't have a plan B.
Mm-hmm.
And Aaron Jones has a history of some injuries. I love having him, but he's kind of prone to injury. So if you can get a guy out there where you can spell Aaron Jones, where he's not a bell cow, where he can take a few less carries to try and preserve him for the year, go out and get a guy who can do the job. And I think Akers, when healthy, is a pretty good RB2.
I mean, he's definitely good enough where someone who doesn't pay a ton of attention to other teams, I know to pick him up on a fantasy team, or used to pick him up on fantasy teams.
Yeah, and he wasn't even he had 20 some carries on the year for the Texans.
Yeah.
So it was an easy move for the Vikings to add some depth at running back. I am fine with it. He's only 25 years old. He's not an old running back. So I'm good with it. They didn't, again, would we give up for him? A 6th rounder? And we got a 7th in exchange plus the running back? That's a pretty good trade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a guy who, when he was with the Rams, was an RB1 and really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's going to give us what we need. I'm good with that pickup.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, and I like it just for lightening the load on Jones. Given the season, the way we've started the season, is I'm not opposed to looking at the long term of the season and getting into the thing that shall not be mentioned yet. So
No, it's a good move.
we'll
It's
see.
a good
Okay.
move.
Okay.
It's a low risk move.
Low risk,
All right.
high reward, or medium reward. All right, let's hear it. Let's
You ready?
back.
You ready? I like this one.
Take me back.
Now, I could not find
Sorry,
any highlights for this one, but we'll get through it.
How
Okay.
far are we going back?
We're going back. Valhalla back. November 6, 1988.
Woo!
I
Vikings and the Lions.
I was not a thought yet.
I might have been a thought.
Vikings and the Lions. The Vikings were on the board first, midway through the first, on an Allen Rice 3-yard run, 7-0 Vikings. Then they'd build on the lead in the second quarter. Alfred Anderson from a yard out. The Vikings missed the extra point, something we were very used to in the last couple of years. Took a 13-0 lead. Eddie Murray hit a 48-yard field goal with about 5 minutes left in the first half. Cut the Vikings lead to 13-3. 3 minutes later, George Jamison stepped in front of a Wade Wilson pass, took it 52 yards the other way. Extra point was good, and the Vikings were only up 13-10 at this point. Vikings built the lead back to 10 points. Wade Wilson to Steve Jordan, 16 yards out. Vikings up 20-10. Detroit took the ensuing kickoff, went down the field, and Rusty Hilger hit
Ooh.
Pete Mandley for 8 yards, capping off the drive and cut the margin to 20-17. Late in the third, after a Viking drive stalled at the 1-yard line, Chuck Nelson would hit an 18-yard chip shot. Vikings took a 23-17 lead into the fourth. 6 seconds into the fourth, Rick Fenney, running back for the Vikings, went 20 yards. Vikings took a lead up to 30-17. Then 4.5 minutes later, Wade Wilson hit Jim Gustafson from 10 yards out. The route was on 37-17. With about 5 minutes left in the game, Allen Rice from 2 yards out capped it, and the Vikings had 44-17 win with a 31-point second half. Wade Wilson on the day, 28 for 35, 391 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick.
Let's go.
7 different Vikings had hit carries in this game.
Perfect.
Rick Fenny led the way with 48 yards, and he only had 6 carries. So 7 different guys touched the ball in the running game. Our top receiver that day, Michigan standout Anthony Carter.
Let's go.
188 yards on 8 catches. And then Steve Jordan, our top-notch tight end, had 88 yards and a touchdown on his 8 catches. Joey Browner would have an interception in this game for the Vikings. Sacks recorded by Chris Dolman, Doug Martin, Keith Millard, and Henry Thomas. On the day, the Lions would only put up 89 yards of offense compared to the Vikings' 553 yards.
Only 89 yards?
Wow.
89 totally. They had 21 net yards in the passing game in this game.
Jeez. And what was
So-
the final, say the final score again?
44-17.
Okay.
Wow.
And 7 of those points came on a pick 6.
Dang.
89 yards. Why would I pick this game other than the fact that we're playing the Lions this week?
Because
This
that's
was
floor.
the very first time, and I would have been on the planet then for 20 years, that the Vikings would win on my birthday.
Let's go.
On my actual birthday. It took 20 years for them to win a game on my actual birthday. And that is Valhalla back for this week.
Love
1
it.
for 20, baby.
And it also tells you I'm old.
You know,
Age is a number.
Oh, yeah, it is.
wow.
We
Well-
Let's go.
had a kids versus parents flag football game this evening. Parents won, of course.
Of course.
Yeah, we were Cora took a tumble.
I'm going to have a bruise.
Yep.
You're day to day, or are you like good to go?
Oh, she's good.
Yeah, I'm good.
She's
I
fine.
just,
She's
I just
got a
fell
little-
on my
she's got a little
side,
bruise.
on my hip.
Yep.
So at least you're not day to day.
Trying to catch the fastest kid on the team. Yeah.
I caught him once. I thought I could do it again, and I was wrong. So he was talking a lot of smack.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was talking
Yeah.
a lot of smack.
My own children were talking smack. I would just like to say we have played Parents versus Kids,
And baseball.
baseball, and football, and I am undefeated.
Yep.
Let's go.
You're not competitive at all.
No,
Nope, not at all.
I only played defense
There
today.
are very few years
that I can still beat them.
that we're going to be able to beat these kids. We have to relish this as we.
Honestly, if we would have played the fall ball team, I don't know if Parents would have won.
I don't know if it would have had. Well, I would have been coaching, but
We would have needed you.
I don't know if you would have.
I don't think we would have.
That
So
sounds like a lot of fun, though.
it is. It is.
And nobody got hurt, which is the best thing
Yeah.
That we know of. Yeah.
that you know of.
Well, I'm definitely gonna have a big old bruise.
Yeah.
Like you can touch my hip, and it's hot. So it's gonna be a pretty good bruise, but it was worth it.
All right. I think we should wrap this up with a couple
do it.
predictions for Sunday. We're back on the field after a week off against a very difficult opponent
Yeah.
this Sunday. What do you guys got?
We're gonna win. I have him winning,
Yep.
and I'm not gonna change it. So I have us. That's what I picked. I picked the home Lions game to win, and then the end Lions game to lose. So I think we're gonna win. I think the crowd noise. If we're gonna pick like a star or a
X Factor.
X Factor, I think.
Yeah,
the
we
crowd-
got to get our X factors too. Yep.
I'm gonna pick the crowd for the X Factor. Can I pick the crowd?
Sure, you can, but we'll have to see how we're going to rule that.
Okay. I will
I guess
say
you'd-
I'm gonna pick the crowd.
Okay.
We rule it that
It's
like
indeterminate.
like
It can't be
KOC
determined.
had said, all the fans get a game ball.
Yep.
If something like that happens again, then we can determine. But otherwise, we can just sort of pay attention as it goes. But yeah, I'm gonna pick the crowd because I think they believe. The fans are in it. The fans realize that when they're loud, they actually are,
Yeah.
going to make a
we're 5-0 coming off a bye week,
Yeah.
playing a divisional opponent.
Yeah, it's going to be insane.
It is going to be absolutely insane.
The lowest ticket prices were like $250 in the nosebleeds.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Like there are tickets going for like $1,000. And it's just insane. So I think it's the crowd noise.
Okay.
The crowd. That's going to be my X factor.
All right. Dan, what do you got?
Are we going to win or lose?
I think we're winning
Let's go.
14-3.
Ooh, 14 to
Because
3.
I think the crowd's going to be a huge factor to pump up the defense. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I like it.
And what do you got for your X factor?
X factor.
Not an offensive player.
No, not in that game.
Yeah, I know.
Wow, 14 to 3.
Man, I don't know. I don't want to say Van Ginkel again.
Do it.
No. I'm blanking on his
What
name.
about
Middle
Grenard?
linebacker. Yeah, Grenard.
Grenard.
Yeah, Grenard.
Okay. That's good.
Yep.
I think they'll put a tight end on him. And we all know how much he loves that.
No, he loves a rookie.
Hey, he can love a tight end too.
He can love tight ends too. That's right.
Take him down.
You guys aren't going to like me.
Oh, John.
No, that's an honest opinion. Ooh, 28-25, and whoever has the ball last.
That is
Oh.
Connor. Connor is a Jets fan.
Okay.
He was at the game with Abby.
Are you just mad that we beat you?
No, Connor is not like that at all. Trust me.
Yeah,
I
it
could
be.
see that.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like the crowd's going to play a much bigger
I feel like
thing.
the crowd's going to play a bigger factor.
And maybe it's just because of what they did to a mediocre Dallas team.
That's fair.
But
Mediocre, but,
I don't know if I'd call Dallas mediocre.
but highly injured.
they looked really mediocre in that game.
They
it looked
had
a
lot
little
of
worse
injuries.
than that.
They look pretty bad.
I'm taking the Lions to win this 31-20.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. It's just that. Don't get upset at other people's thoughts and predictions.
I could homer this and say we're going to beat them, and I'm not saying we can't beat them. I just have a feeling on this game.
I'm going to go 28-10.
So you're going to go. The Vikings are going to stomp them.
Yeah. Like I
Okay.
said, the crowd noise.
The crowd's got to take them out of the game early, because if they don't, you can see that you might see the 31-20 final.
I don't think taking them out of the game early is going to be an issue.
Yeah, at least with the crowd.
I would love to be completely wrong. And in order for me to be completely wrong, my X factor is Harrison Phillips.
Ooh.
We've got to stop the running game. Got to make them one-dimensional. They have run the ball really, really well.
They do have a what's his face? Gibbs? Who's their other running back?
Swift, right?
Swift and Gibbs.
Yeah.
They're both pretty good.
If the running game sets up that passing game, and if they're running the ball, Goff is going to pick us apart.
Yeah.
So Harry and company really up front. I mean, I have to pick one guy. I'm going with Phillips in the middle, but the front four has got to shut down the running game. That's what they did against Houston, and it snowballed on them, and we put them away early.
Yeah.
You got to get the Lions out of that comfort zone running the ball. If you don't, it's going to get ugly.
I think hasn't Jared Goff thrown some of the least interceptions?
He didn't throw an incompletion 2 weeks ago.
He's got one of the best completion percentages in the league.
Yeah. So, and he's thrown the least interceptions, right?
Yeah, he's going to he can pick you apart but if you can make them one dimensional where they have to throw, it tips the tables.
Yeah.
But I've watched him play. He's been ridiculously good.
What I'm curious to see is how this bend don't break defense works against the Lions.
Well, it won't if you don't get turnovers.
Right, but it's a matter of they're going to give them some yards.
Yeah.
Right? But where do we put our foot in the ground? Where do we draw the line in the sand? What line do we not want them to pass?
The 40.
That's what I was thinking. We don't want them past the 40. We'll give them their side of the field. And I think we play a conservative, make them make the play on their side of the field. But once they get to the 50, we start to put more pressure on.
Yeah, we can't let them get inside of our 40. We have to set them up where they're kicking 57-yard field goals to get points on the board.
Yeah.
But I think this could be a wake-up call game for us.
That's fair.
Or it may be a wake-up call game for the Lions.
Yeah.
It really could go that way.
I think most people have the Lions winning. I don't think I've seen very many people pick the Vikings.
Well, people still don't believe in the Vikings at 5-0.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a ragtag group of people, aside from Jones and Jefferson. Nobody expected Darnold to do as good as he is. Nobody expected our line to give the protection that they're giving. Nobody expected our defense to perform like they are.
Although I will say, Ed Ingram has been pretty dreadful. He's got
we're ready to move. Yeah, see this?
I can't wait till
Connor makes a really good point that could help the Vikings.
Yes.
And this is awful. I hate to say help the Vikings, but Hutchinson getting hurt in that game, and that was an ugly, ugly injury.
Yeah, that was
that. I mean that it plays into the Vikings' favor, and I don't like saying things like that about an injury.
Yep.
But
it's true.
Him not being in the game does flip things a little bit.
Yeah, and he wasn't he a favorite for like defensive player of the year?
Yeah.
So.
But that said, even after he went out, their defense was relentless against Dallas.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they just completely fell apart. They only gave up 9 points in that game.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be a really fun chess match.
I think it's going to be a good game. Like when I say 31-20, I'm not saying that it's going to be a comfortable 31-20. It seems like it'll be maybe 28-20 and they'll put up a late field goal to make it a 2-score game. I think we'll hang with them for a while.
It's one of those where the score might be 31-20, but it feels 24-20.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And I hope I'm wrong.
I hope you are too.
But they're not going 17-0.
That's fair. That's fair.
They're going to have to lose games along the way. This is not one you want to lose because it's at home in the toughest division in the NFL.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
If you go 3-3 in the NFC North and it's basically you win your home games and lose the road games, you've survived the division.
Yep.
That's what you have to do. And I mean, you're lucky to you try and break even in the division. If you go 4-2 in the division, that could be the difference between you getting a wild card and winning the division. That's how tight it is. If you can steal one of your road games and serve at home, I think you win the division.
Didn't we steal a road game?
Packers.
Yeah, we stole a road game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying within the division.
Yeah. Didn't we steal the road
Packers.
game of the Packers?
Yeah, we stole the Packer game. Yes.
Yeah.
We still got to win at home, but
correct.
Let's be honest. That's probably going to be the loudest game of the whole year.
I'll tell you what, going into Detroit, if they're on a roll,
I have us losing the last two games of the year.
I don't think we win in Detroit.
And let me tell you, going into Chicago is no picnic.
No.
Yeah.
And Williams is starting to look like an actual NFL quarterback, and that scares me. Again, he's done it against some weaker teams, but he looked really good against Jacksonville on Sunday.
Jacksonville.
He was getting the ball out quicker.
Keenan Allen sat on my bench. Got 21 points.
I know we don't expect a Bears quarterback to develop and be good. But let me tell you, the last couple of weeks, I've watched this kid, and he's starting to figure things out. He really is. Whether we want to believe it or not, he's
Yeah.
starting to figure stuff out.
I mean, we're 5 games in. It'll start to set in a little. What I'm interested to see is his performance continuous facing a heavy blitzing team.
That's fair.
Yeah, and we got that, and that we don't have to worry about that, yet. This is the
Right.
week we got to worry about right now.
Yeah,
Well, and
that's fair.
it's more of just because the first 3 weeks he faced heavier pressure.
Jared Goff gonna throw an interception. I'm gonna say 2 interceptions.
So you got Goff getting picked twice. The guy who doesn't get picked. It's a bold statement.
Yeah,
I think we get a pick and a fumble. I think we win the turnover. I don't know numbers, but I think we win the turnover ratio.
I think they're all going to be fired up because everyone has the Lions winning this game. So
Well, we better secure the ball, because let me tell you, I watched this team and they peanut punch every chance they get.
But I think that's going to be, or should have been, a huge focus in the off week here.
Ball protection's got to be.
Yep.
Because if they see that ball explode, they're punching. I watched them do it. Somebody's got a fist and they're literally punching that football.
Yep.
So, passes, we better be beating guys deep where they can't catch us to peanut punch it, or using the sidelines to our advantage with plays, because they are going to punch. And I'm hoping for a good game. I hope we show up and play well. We have run longer tonight than we have ever run.
Yep.
Our apologies. We just like talking so much.
And we had the kids on, and the kids were just a lot of fun.
Thank you for getting your girls to join.
Yes. So
That was
much
fun.
Yeah, I had a great time. They love, when I told them your kids were going to be on, they were like, yeah, we definitely want to do that. They love
The kids,
kids.
I was surprised at how well they interacted, because sometimes they can get super shy and I don't want to say anything, but they were in
They
it.
did really well. They were speaking up nice and loud.
Bless Abby and Maria. They know how to handle kids. They know how to talk to kids. Well, when you're a second grade teacher,
That's
you
fair.
kind of pick stuff up. And then Abby has just always been good with kids. She relates really well to them. So I wasn't worried about that. I figured that they would get them involved, and it was great. They were fantastic. But we are now almost an hour and 15 minutes into this, and I think we'll let everybody go. Thanks for all of you who stayed with us for this whole time. We appreciate you.
Thank you for listening.
And if you don't hear it tonight, I'm going to post the link shortly after we log out. There we go.
Thanks,
Connor is ready. Connor, thank you so much for being with
Thanks
us.
for staying on.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out.
He stayed longer than Abby.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo.
Have a great night.
You as well.
Hopefully we're talking about a 6-pack next week.
Hopefully.
But if not,
it'll be really weird to have just 5.
Yeah. If not, therapy sessions work for us too.
That's fair.
Yep.
All right. Take care, everybody. Have a great night. We are out.